Welcome aboard. Everybody, this is Wednesday Night Basketball of the NBA on 2K Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. The Hawks with their last game here in Atlanta before heading out on the road. This, of course, their first chance to play Miami this season. They were dominated last year, not a good matchup for them, going 1-3 in the season series. Van Vliet can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. Kick out to Levine. Second chance shot. 5 to shoot. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. In the corner, it's Van Vliet. Back to Richardson. Over Stevenson. Drummond. And good that time. Drummond's got the first points up on the board for the Heat.
And not afraid to say it. If Drummond isn't the best rebounder in the NBA, he's got to be in the top 3. That goes for both ends of the floor. Just no way to hold him in check on the board. Zach LaVine, a high riser. The 2-time dunk contest champ, making his return from that ACL surgery. He can be an explosive scorer.
Atlanta shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Here's Murray. Jumps up. And it's Murray with the jam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Miami no good on that time either. And from everything you hear, LaVine is a big-time gym rat, Greg.
Yeah, you know, I think he's very dedicated to reaching his full potential. And with his shooting and athleticism, I think he's a great fit in today's game in terms of offense.
Here's Galloway, and he can't stop the run as he misses.
And right now they're like a light switch in the off position. 1 of 5 so far, not an ideal start.
Pass to Nowitzki. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Richardson's pretty consistent at draining that 3 ball. The D can't allow him to get too comfortable while he's camped out behind the arc.
And that kind of defense ain't gonna get it done.
Gee, we don't see those kinds of dunks out of him all the time, but we know he's got it in him.
Well, any guy can throw it down against air defending him. Plenty of room, so not so amazing. What does amaze me, though, is that no one came over to contest the play.
First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Pass to Galloway. And the Heat, another 3. Brent, do you think individual defense is getting easier to measure with player tracking and advanced stats?
I don't. I think it's impossible for you to find some legitimate measurement of how much a player is truly impacting the game defensively. I think there's great indicators of combinations of players that are on the floor at the same time, that are working collectively and doing something to shut down another team's best offensive unit. But individually, it's so hard to just put a number on what a guy is doing in terms of his total impact defensively.
So the eye test is not out of style.
I don't think so. I think we're getting better at the defensive metrics that are being used, Kevin, and I think that clearly we can see with some of the best wing defenders in the league, a Robertson, a Covington, that they're able to control their man, a Kawhi Leonard. They're able to impact the game defensively, but how are we quantifying that? We need to get better with it.
Here's Van Vliet after the basket by Atlanta. Shot from the wing. Wow, way off on that one.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you be up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. It's an excellent job.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Well, this Heat organization has had such a great run of success under their owner, Mickey Arison, and what Pat Riley has done to pour the foundation of the culture around Miami. This is not a team that likes to throw away any chance to compete or any season for that matter.
So both teams making some changes here. Augustine in the corner. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. Miami again turning it over.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
1:44 left in the first quarter. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
Well, you just look at the talent that left the Hawks over the last few seasons, Brent. Easy to see why they needed to start over.
Yeah, it started with Al Horford and his departure, and then Teague and Millsap did the same. And hard for any franchise to remain competitive when you lose that many quality players, especially their chemistry in Budenholzer's system. Arguably a great fit for one another, and now off to doing bigger and better things.
It's good.
And Lin is just fearless, always looking to get as close to the bucket as he can.
Mindset right now is pretty strong. Superb at staying aggressive, and right now stringing some plays together.
And they'll keep possession. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Atlanta's shooting their fourth and fifth attempts at the free throw line tonight. A new head coach, Lloyd Pierce, is looking to bring a defensive approach to the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, Pierce has the resume you would want from a defensive coach. He came up in those teams in Memphis during the grit and grind time and learned some defensive techniques from Brett Brown in Philadelphia. Helped them last year on the defensive end to be a much stingier defense in the league.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Here's Crawford. Pass to Tolliver. And he can't jam it through. And it's Harris with the ball for Miami. 7-point differential. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Lin with the steal. Crawford with the steal. Here is Tolliver. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Always tough to work the closer you get to the basket. Nice job of finding an angle on the pass there.
Augustine with the steal. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Augustine's got his first 3 points of the game.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing. The passion that they're playing with up and down.
And so it's Atlanta with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We come back right after this. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
I mean, they're winning the turnover battle, and oftentimes that can swing things your way.
Well, they're taking care of the ball. They're attacking on defense, and this has them out to a big lead after one.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Good ball movement here by Miami. 6 on the shot clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. Collins wide open. He fires. Buries it from three-point range. Collins has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And for Lynn, missing the season last year, he's just glad to be back. His playmaking and creativity is something that this team needs. As long as he's healthy and playing aggressively, he'll be an effective guard option.
And a new group in for the Heat. Here's Augustine. Pass to Pachulia. Richardson trying to break loose. Pachulia, no luck. And with Lynn, he made a point upon returning from injury, saying he will not change how he plays.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys, they'll shy away from contact after experiencing a torn patella like Lynn did, but he knows that he is at his best going at defenders and absorbing that contact. He said he'll try and be more aware of how he lands, but has no plans of changing his game. Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show. No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. When it comes to veteran players, Brent, on a team, what characteristics make for a good leader for a bunch of young guys under him?
We talk a lot about veteran guys on teams, Kevin, and I think one of the most important aspects to think about is that those veterans have a lot more impact if they're still part of playing minutes for a coaching staff. At some point, 4 or 5 months into a season, when an older player is telling you how to do something and only get a chance to see it during practice or him pointing it out on film when you're playing, doesn't have as much of an impact.
Doesn't resonate as much.
When a guy gets 15 minutes a night and you get to see him do those things as a young player from the bench and say, wow, everything he told me on my list, he's checked all those boxes. So having a vet that plays, much more impactful.
Good point. Pass to Drummond to the left wing and stolen by Murray.
You know what? That passing lane wasn't open for long. He closed it down in a heartbeat there to get the steal.
And he gets the bucket.
Well, Richardson came in shooting threes and thought that might be the only thing he could do. He's no one-trick pony.
The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
And at his height, you have to like what he gives you as a shooter.
But when he squares up from the medium range, there's little things you could do to stop him.
Six to shoot. Inside. And it's Drummond missing.
Now the defense was solid there, smothering him close inside, and that's how you want to guard him.
Here's Nowitzki. They get the rebound. Pass to Levine. Stevenson outside. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Got it. Nice one there from Levine.
Hard to leave any NBA player that wide open from that distance.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Back to Van Vliet. Pass to Harris. Now Drummond. Guarded by Levine. And that one's good. Drummond.
He doesn't do some of the damage that other big men do on the perimeter, but inside, Drummond's got just as much game as anybody.
Here's Levine. Defended by Drummond. Levine can't hit.
The defense was in the area, but not really effective. He has to put away this layup. Well, this Heat team is a collection of a hodgepodge of players. Just interesting combinations, guys who can switch all over the floor. But I think they're still trying to find out what their role is. Who's going to end up stepping up to be the scorer that they lean on, and they try to be greater than the sum of their parts under Eric Spoelstra. Some nights they are.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And the Heat culture, not for everyone certainly, intense practices, a lot of preparation, demanding fitness standards. There's a lot to digest.
Well, Pat Riley is still around, isn't he, Kevin? So with that fact, Eric Spoelstra doesn't stray too far from what it is that brought Pat Riley a ton of success in Miami in setting up that culture and that sort of work mentality on a daily basis. You got to be tough, and you got to be willing to work if you're in Miami.
You could see Drummond's eyes light up once he knew that finish was coming. He didn't waste the chance. Boy, did he get his money's worth on that one.
Pass to Tolliver. Shoots the three. Drills it from outside. Tolliver's got 7.
The defense cannot let guys get into that kind of comfort zone. You have to patrol the three-point line, or you risk getting burned.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
The Heat shooting their first free throw of the night here.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
Pachulia, no luck. The Heat trail by 6. Pass to Richardson. Second shot opportunity. Goes up again. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. 9 points in the game so far.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
The Hawks leading by 4. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Pachulia. Then Pachulia with the dunk.
Well, Pachulia is 7 feet tall and can do that. Gets up for the jam.
Van Vliet looking around. Drummond. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Miami's shooting their 2nd and 3rd free throws tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if any big man has the combination of strength, speed, and hops that Drummond has, not to mention his length, an unreal physical specimen.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And when you watch Collins play, Greg, you just can't help but notice how athletic he is going to the rim.
Man, his hang time and ability to throw it down make him an ideal finisher inside. Very efficient because he's not only a strong finisher, but also enjoys attacking the rim. And does a great job, I think, of picking up misses, just being a pest for the defense.
Here's Gasol, and finished off by Gasol.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much elevation for Gasol to throw one down, of course, unless somebody's standing right in his way. That dunk is going to be easy money for him.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Nowitzki outside. Rebound Andre Drummond. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Miami Heat, trailing by 5. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And there's the call on John Collins. That is his first foul of the game. To the inside. Gasol's shot is good. Gasol's got 10 points.
He's been on his A game, seeking good shots, and he's a huge reason why tonight they're winning.
9 feet out. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
They got to hope to turn it on soon. 1 of 4 so far. They know they got to be better.
Back to Levine. And stolen by Richardson. Down low. And stolen by Murray. There's Levine. It's good. And now it's a 9-point Hawks lead.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, guys. Well, Marc Gasol is the more fiery of the Gasol brothers. Pau Gasol says, I sugarcoat things a little more than Marc. He's more emotional, more direct. And Marc said, when a mistake happens on defense, I know you're not concentrating. I don't allow that. He knows controlling his frustration is important. He says, I'm working on it. Guys?
Art of leadership, DA. Thank you. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Well, Brent, as a former dunk contest winner, I have to ask your thoughts on one of the great Hawks of all time, the terrific human highlight film, Dominique Wilkins.
Well, Dominique, one of the greatest athletes this game has ever seen, and one of the most feared dunkers, obviously, of his era. You remember a lot of the highlights with Neek coming in, flying in, and finishing off a shot that might have missed from the opposite wing and going up over the top of 2 or 3 guys. So he certainly doesn't get enough credit nationally for the type of offensive firepower that Neek provided for his beloved Atlanta Hawks for years and years.
6 to shoot. Pass to Galloway. Miami no good on that time either. The Hawks leading by 9. Bridges with it. Back to Murray. And here is Gasol. It's tipped. And they get it back. Moves back up. Nice touch on the bank shot. Gasol's got 12.
And through the years, he's become very confident in that shot. Gasol's almost better from mid-range than he is in tight. That's a great weapon for a 7-footer to have.
Up top, Lynn. He's got 6. Pass to Harrell. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Gasol. And Atlanta has possession. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
A nice shot by Lynn.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
This is sort of the joust of the NBA where the aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
Pass to Bembry. Heat moving the ball around. There's Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And really, Lynn has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
Atlanta calls timeout. Well, Brent, the Heat with an experienced front office and one of the best young coaches in the league in Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah, Spo has done a remarkable job. Tremendous amount of respect around the league for the way that Eric Spoelstra goes about his business, the way he handled the title runs and all those personalities and those dynamics. He has been fantastic and will coach in Miami for as long as he wants to. The way he goes about it is pride, work, and respect for anybody that walks through those locker room doors.
Pass to Harrell. Back to Lynn. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. DJ Augustine picks one up.
Yeah, you have to admire the aggressiveness of Lynn, constantly looking to draw the foul on his shot.
Well, the Hawks were super young last year, and they had all the troubles that come with youth. Inconsistency, guys trying to find out what their role is for the year, lots of turnover problems and questionable shot selection. And now they're younger this year. So if you're a fan of the Hawks, patience is the key.
A nice run they put together here to bring it a little closer.
And that's all you can do. Just chisel away at the lead. Keep believing in what you're doing.
Off the inbound pass. Bridges misses. And it's Miami's ball. They've got an 8-0 run. And for the Hawks, those problems are things that are just part of the process, Brent, of growing this team.
Yeah, you got to really focus on positives around this rebuild. You've got a solid group of young, talented players that can really shoot the basketball. What they're going to have to do is start to take some pride on the defensive end of the floor, and they're going to have to learn what it takes to play an 82-game season with consistent effort on both ends.
And the turnover again by Atlanta.
And this is where you have to sharpen up your passing. That's a careless turnover.
Miami with the ball. It's a 5-point game. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Miami shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. And that one misses.
Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. There's 25 seconds left in the third quarter. To the inside. Crawford. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Crawford's got his first 2 points of the night.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Now a timeout called by Miami. And a new group in for the Heat.
And he's probably looking at some matchups on the floor he'd like to take advantage of.
I'm interested in what he's seeing and then what kind of play they run coming out of this timeout.
So both teams making some changes here. Timeout called the Heat. Here is Lynn. He's got 13.
Get on in, come on!
Rebounded by the Hawks.
Yeah, and the effort and anticipation on defense won't show up in the individual stat sheet, but effective.
Yeah, he takes a nice angle on it. He doesn't get the block, but he does get the alter.
It'll count. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Hawks. They have a 9-point lead. On the wing, Levine. Back to Murray. Outside for Gasol. No good on the triple. Richardson, that's a two-pointer. Offensive rebound. Right side, Lynn. And here's Harris from the arc. It's rebounded by Gasol. The Hawks leading by 9. And stolen by Richardson. Now here's Lynn. In the corner, it's Harris. Richardson for 3. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, he's gotten shots up, but they're not finding the rim. The squad's suffering because of it right now. A bit out of rhythm.
Outside, Levine. Here's Nowitzki. And that misses badly. Air ball.
And they still need to step up just a little bit. They have the lead, but he needs to find himself out there.
A nice shot by Lynn.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Pass to Murray. He tries for 3. Rebound by the Heat. Here's Harris. It's not going to go for him. And Atlanta will come the other way. Gasol on the high post. Over Drummond. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. 14 points for Marc Gasol.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Rejected by Gasol. And they're able to recover. And it's Drummond missing.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be.
Right side, Lynn. To the middle. Here's Collins. And finished off by Collins.
That's some good interior passing, and that's how you move it on the inside.
Stevenson inside the three-point line. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And that's now 7 points for Lance Stevenson. Now a timeout called by Miami.
And head coach Eric Spoelstra always looking for different perspectives, looking to tweak and change certain things and constantly learning. That's a growth mindset. You hear him talk about that a lot, and it's something that he encourages not only his staff to do, but his players as well.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
During that break, Eric Spoelstra had some words for his team. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively. He said, make the easy play. Take care of the ball. We can't afford to just give away golden opportunities. And we'll see if they can clean it up, guys.
And Spoelstra assigns assistants to read books, attend clinics, and bring back reports. Always looking for new insights.
Yep, lots of paperwork on that Miami Heat coaching staff. They keep daily notes on everything from basketball to the big picture around the team. Stats, quotes, questions, all inspirational stuff. So anything they can draw a competitive advantage on or keep things positive, Spo's looking to do that.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Pass to Harris. Here's Van Vliet. 5 on the clock. Now here's Drummond. Inside. Richardson, no luck.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contest it.
To the paint. Nowitzki up top. Over Collins. In Atlanta again with the bucket.
No hesitation when he saw the space the D was giving him. That's 2.
Pass to Drummond. And here's Collins. In the corner, it's Harris. And here is Drummond. Down low. And Lance Stevenson picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. One thing I like about Adam Silver, he is always looking to break new ground, push the envelopes, and develop new areas of innovation.
Well, always forward thinking, and of course this league has always done that. Adam has found a new position in the league, having a chief innovation officer in place, somebody that's always examining not only how things are going in the league and maybe being adaptable to change, but examining what's going on worldwide. And you always see the way the league tinkers with and toys with Summer League and the way the G League competition sets up in order to try to find more ways to make the game more enjoyable or more accessible to the fan base.
Timeout called the Heat. They're down by 16. 59 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
In a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Hawks.
Great, generous ball movement tonight. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, a remarkable team effort. They got everyone involved.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Marc Gasol.
I like his aggressiveness here tonight, especially on the glass. He was not messing around.
Pass to Collins. And here's Harris from the arc. The three-pointer is right on target. And so Levine will bring it up now for Atlanta. At one point, they led by 16. Murray right side. Over to the wing. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance.